Hi, I'm Simone Elbow, HR strategist and host of Ask HR, where you get answers to your burning HR questions. So, today I want to talk about increasing your value. And I want to talk specifically to those people who you've found your career, you've found your niche, and you're really happy doing what you're doing. Like, you can't see yourself changing your career anytime soon. And in actual fact, you may be one of those persons that may not want a promotion. And that's okay. I think a lot of times we've been conditioned to believe that in order for us to advance in our careers, that advancement means going up, when advancement could mean growing out and expanding and increasing your value at work. So, what are some ways that you can actually do that? Well, first and foremost, I think you want to be a sponge for information. You want to place yourself in as many situations where you can learn about your career. I'm passionate about what I do. I'm passionate about HR. I'm passionate about personal development. And so if you were to check my browser history, as they say, they say if you want to see where people's treasure is, where their heart is, to check their checkbook. Well, if you were to check my browser history, you would see the types of things that I'm searching when I'm online. I want information about personal growth, development, transformation, psychology, like all of these things that I'm passionate about because I want to learn, I want to master what I'm doing, I want to be excellent at it. And so you have to create those opportunities for yourself to invest in yourself and your development. So that could be reading more. You can make a commitment to get, and there's so many ways that you can read. You can get ebooks, you can get audiobooks, you can subscribe to magazines and journals, professional journals and things, so that you can get those best practices and those insights from thought leaders in the area of your work. So that's one way. Another way is to find a mentor, to find someone who is really good at what they do, that's along the lines of what you do, and ask questions. Talk to them, build a relationship, get advice. I know someone who made a commitment to do that, and they would treat that person to lunch. They'd identify a person that they could learn from and say, can I buy you lunch? Do that. Can I get you a cup of coffee? That may be someone that's right on your job, and you've always admired them from a distance. So you may want to just get the courage up to approach them and say, would you mind joining me for a cup of coffee, or just to have a brief 30-minute conversation? I would love to ask you some questions about whatever your career area is. So that's another way, is to find mentorship. Another way is to have a servant mentality when you're at work. Now, I know servant mentality gets a bad rap, right? Like, people feel like, oh, serving is menial, serving is degrading, and I'm not getting paid for this, so why should I give and give and give more to this organization than they already get? The reason is, when you have a mindset to serve and you get involved in areas that are outside of what you do, you show not only the people that you work with, but you can show yourself, what's my potential? What is my ability to stretch myself, to do something different, to do something more? So you may volunteer to head up a committee or to serve on a committee that would help to advance what you know. Maybe you want to work on your leadership skills. Maybe you want to work on your social skills. Sometimes people are so inwardly focused. They may be introverts or social introverts. They can get along with people, but I prefer to be by myself, and they keep themselves away from other people. You may want to challenge yourself. Let me be a part of a committee. I know I'm that way. Whenever there's any kind of group activity, I'm actually not going to be around that. Even if it was like fitness or something and they do these group things and you gotta post your meals and go in and report it, I never like stuff like that because I'm essentially an introvert. But I know that there are times because of what I do, and people never believe me when I tell them that I am, because I appear to be so extroverted. And it's because I enjoy speaking, I enjoy people, but I also need that quiet time to regroup myself. So I make myself get out there and I take all my effort to pull my energy up, to have high energy when I'm around people. That takes a lot of effort for me. And so you may have to do the same thing at work. You may have to be that one to take that effort to turn your camera on that Zoom meeting. Hello? To put your face on, clean that up, put on a nice outfit, and show up. And that will expand your ability. You will get noticed, trust me, and it will expand your ability to communicate with confidence and to participate in various aspects of your organization. So I hope that you find those tips helpful for increasing your value without having to go for a promotion and all of that sort of thing. Of course, the regular things apply. If you need to go back to school, if you need to get certifications, whatever those things are that you need to increase your value, I encourage you, go after it. Don't be that person when they're offering the free courses and seminars at work. I don't have time for that. I don't want to be bothered with that. That's a waste of my time. And then at the end of the day, you are looking for growth and advancement and fulfillment on the job. It's not going to happen that way. So I encourage you to find your value, increase your value by having a servant mentality, by finding a mentor, and just putting yourself out there to be a sponge for learning and growth. It's a terrible thing when you could say that you've been in a career for 10, 15, 20 plus years, but your skill level and your value has not increased beyond the first few years of your career. That is a serious indictment, and you don't want that to happen to you. So I'm Simone Elbow, host of Ask HR, and I invite you to tune in again. Like and subscribe our channel on YouTube and continue to follow along on these professional tips.